Okay, this is the video lecture for my Introduction to Sociology students at West Virginia State University. This is what I was going to do in class Thursday, but I was not feeling well, so we will make that up here. Probably I will break this down into 2, maybe 3 different video lectures on YouTube. Treat this just like an in-class session. Take good notes. I will also send the PowerPoint shell for this to you guys after I video this, so you'll have something to kind of look at as well. So at any rate, we'll go ahead and proceed. The chapter in your book, I believe it's chapter 4, kind of deals with these theories a little bit. I had given you an assignment earlier in the semester. We hadn't really talked about these yet, so we're going to back up a little bit and talk about the main theories in sociology. There are 3 main theories that we're going to discuss. We're going to talk about functionalism, symbolic interactionism, and also conflict theory. And we'll start with the first one, which is functionalism. Now, these 3 theories, we're not saying that any one theory is better than any other theory. They're essentially 3 different ways of looking at social phenomena, if you will. Now, functionalism is a theoretical framework where society is viewed as composed of various parts, and each part has a function, and when fulfilled, contributes to society's equilibrium. So in other words, society is kind of like a machine, if you will, or maybe like a human body, if you will. All the parts have to be working together properly for the machine to work, or for your body to work properly. That's sort of the analogy that we're making here. So we'll talk more about that here. I'm going to adjust my camera to make sure that I'm capturing everything here for you. With functionalism, again, we'll start with society being like an organism. All the parts of the organism have to be healthy. The organs, the joints, the bones, and work well together for the entire organism to feel good. For example, you may feel perfectly healthy in every way. Like me Thursday, I felt great in every way except my stomach was absolutely just killing me. I had a stomach bug and it felt terrible. Otherwise, I was okay, but it still impaired my overall functioning because I wasn't able to function. I couldn't teach class, for example, on Thursday. You've probably had a similar situation where maybe you felt good, but you had a headache, and that headache kept you from functioning the way you wanted to. The different muscles of the body, you certainly don't have to know these. I'm just using this as an example. If 1 or 2 of your muscles aren't working properly, it affects the way that you feel. Same with maybe the organs of your body, and you can see some of them here. You may be perfectly healthy, but if your kidneys are failing, it's certainly going to impact the way that you function overall. You could do the same with the bones of the body. If you break one of your bones, fracture your tibia, for example, it's going to impact the way that you function overall. We could look at a car the same kind of way. I mean, it takes every piece of your car working properly to ensure that your car runs properly, that it gets you from your home to campus at West Virginia State University, for example. If one part of your automobile isn't working properly, then it could create a problem for the entire vehicle. And those of you who have car problems can kind of relate to that probably. So you're getting the idea. So we'll go back here. Society functions in the same way. You can think of it as being like the organism we just looked at, or like an automobile. For example, in society, if we have virtually no unemployment, lots of healthy food to eat, super political and religious systems in place, but we have terrible public education, then overall society is still sick or ill or has problems. So we're looking at the different parts of society, and if they all function well together, then we have something that's called equilibrium. Now, rarely in society will you find a situation where every single piece or component of society is working well together, or every social institution, whether it be public education, organized religion, the family, are all working well together. So that's the major criticism of functionalism, is that very rarely do these parts work together perfectly, if ever. So, according to the functionalist perspective, each aspect of society is interdependent and contributes to the society's functioning as a whole. The government or state provides education for the children of the family, which in turn pays taxes on which the state depends to keep itself running. The family is dependent upon the school system to help children grow up to have good jobs so that they can raise and support their own families. In the process, children become law-abiding, tax-paying citizens who in turn support the state. If all goes well, the parts of society produce order, stability, and productivity. If all does not go well, then the parts of society then must adapt to recapture a new order, stability, and productivity. So, now, with functionalism, if all the parts of society are functioning smoothly, then we have achieved what is called equilibrium. And that's important to have in your notes. If one or some of the parts of society are not functioning smoothly, then society is said to be in dysfunction or in a state of disequilibrium. So we'll go ahead and call this the end of the first part for the video lecture on the social theories. Thank you.